Welcome to Sweethearts or Rivals. I'm Charla.
I'm Justin.
Today we're going to be doing an impressions video, and we're going to be talking about the expansion for Colt Express. It's horses and stagecoaches.
We also have a mini expansion from the BGG, which is the time travel car that looks remarkably like a DeLorean.
It's kind of similar.
Yep.
It doesn't have that trash thing in the back, though.
Oh, that's from the second movie. That doesn't count.
I see.
All right. So, this is just going to be an impressions video.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to kind of go through what it adds to the game.
Yes.
The horses and stagecoach expansion actually adds quite a bit. First of all, there are the horses, and there's a horse action card that goes with each of the characters' decks. And the horses are very interesting. When you play the card, if there is a horse next to the car that you're in, you jump on the horse, and you can move 0, 1, 2, or 3 spaces, and then jump back out into the car.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of cool. It's a new way to move around in one step. That's interesting. There are whiskey flasks that you can loot.
All right. I have one right here.
The whiskey flasks have 2 special abilities. It might allow you to draw 3 cards and then play a card on your turn.
Mm-hmm. And the special abilities on the back of the flask.
Yeah. Or it might let you play 2 cards at once, and where you're only supposed to do 1. And the whiskey flasks, you can use them twice. So the first time you use them, you flip them over and they're half full, and then you use it again and they're gone. So that's some powerful special abilities right there.
That's powerful whiskey for
Yeah,
sure.
it's good stuff. The other thing that comes with the card is the Stagecoach,
Right here.
as well as the shotgun.
This guy right here.
Yep. So this starts off next to the front of the train, and it's tricky to get onto the stagecoach, but if you can get to the top of the stagecoach and punch the shotgun onto the train, there's a $1,000 briefcase there waiting for you to pick up.
Right.
But as soon as that happens, the shotgun is then on the train and acts very much like the marshal, where if you end your movement there, he shoots you.
Right.
And he also moves back every round with the stagecoach. The other thing that's very interesting is if you can get into the stagecoach here, there are going to be some hostage cards. And you immediately take a hostage card, which gives you a bunch of money at the end of the game. But all of them have like penalties that affect you. So for example, Charla managed to get the old lady, and on the roof of the car, she could only move 1 space instead of 3 because she can't move that fast.
Right.
I got the poodle. I think it's the old lady's poodle.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Worth $1,000.
But you stole the poodle and he doesn't like you.
No. So he bites you. At the end of every round, you get a wound card.
Right.
And then, yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. They all give you different bonuses in cash, but different penalties that you have to deal with for the rest of the game.
Right. And depending on how many players are playing in the game that time,
Yeah.
how many cards is dependent upon that.
Yeah. Right on. There are some extra cards for the rounds with different events at the end of each round.
Mm-hmm.
There's different end games, so that deck gets a little bit bigger because the base game, there's not that many there.
Right. It's nice to get some extra of those cards.
Yep. So that's all that comes with the first expansion, the horses and stagecoach. And at first it seems like not a lot, but there's a lot of mechanisms that are new that you need to keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is the time travel car. The time travel car is very, very cool. Multiple people can be in it. At the end of a round, if there's only a single person in the time travel car, all the other players have to cover their eyes, and then the person whose meeple is in there takes it out, and then he gets to hide it underneath any of the cars or the locomotive or the caboose or even the stagecoach if you're using that. And then you play out the entire round of playing your cards down and nobody has any idea where he is. And then when you flip the deck over and you're ready to activate all the cards, that's when the player reveals where he is. So that makes it extremely tricky to know what the character's doing because you have no idea where they are. It's awesome. And that's the time travel car. Plus, it looks really awesome because it's right in front of the locomotive.
Right.
And that's just hilarious for reasons that are copyright that we can't mention.
Like they're going to know.
Yeah.
But you get that from the Board Game Geek store from their website.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's sold out at the moment, though.
Again, yeah.
But
if you want it and you see it, you need to nab it right away. Yeah. Wow. So that's all the expansions for Colt Express. If you want to see how they kind of play out and interact, you can check our video.
Right, except we do have to mention that we played with our own variant.
Yes.
So that's definitely not official. It's just how we like to play the game.
Yeah.
And we did make a couple of mistakes with how you interact with the orange guy.
Yeah. Yeah, the shotgun, he was tricky. I forgot about a couple of his rules. Yeah. Now, our own house rule variant, we made it to simulate the chaos of multiple players a little bit better. So the way we play is we only have one character, not two. But there's a second character that's not really us. And all we do is when it's that character's turn, they just randomly put a card in. And so we have no idea what they're going to do or how they're going to act, and it just simulates the chaos of Colt Express better.
For us.
For us.
Yeah.
In a two-player game. So let's start with the Horses and Stagecoach expansion. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What do you think?
I like it. I like having the horses for the option.
Yeah.
Which is awesome because it does help you travel.
Yeah.
Even though you only get one horse card in your deck, I think it's really good.
Yeah.
And then the Stagecoach is really another nice add because then it gives you another chance to get a briefcase.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Although, like we mentioned, the Shogun, he acts similar but a little different, right, than the Marshal.
Yeah.
So that part, it just adds on another rule to keep track of.
Yeah.
Which sometimes there's enough rules to keep track of.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
And the traveling rules to get to and from the Stagecoach are a little bit tricky. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only way to get there is to either use your horse or you gotta jump to the roof. So to actually get down into the Stagecoach in order to get a hostage can be many, many, many steps and can be tricky.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do like what the hostages add to the game as well.
The hostages are awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that they give you really good bonuses, but they also give you a penalty.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. And each one has kind of their own personality.
Yeah, very thematic. Yeah. And the bonuses, like, the Poodle just gives you $1,000. But some of the bonuses are almost like an end game strategy. Like the little old lady gives you $500 extra for every gem that you have.
Right.
So that doubles the amount of your gems. If you don't have any gems, there's no point in getting that one.
Exactly, especially where she impedes your movement.
Yeah. So I like that. It's a little bit of a strategy, but at the same time, you gotta work your penalty into your strategy.
Yeah. And I like the flasks too, because you pick them up when you loot. So you're making that decision. Do I go after something that can help me manage my deck a little bit better?
Yeah.
Or do I pick up the loot so I can get points for the end of the game?
Yeah.
So that's kind of a little bit of a decision-making process you have to have in the middle of the game right there.
That's a good decision too. Like that's a difficult choice to make. But the powers of the whiskey are very awesome.
Right, because did we mention what they were? I think you did.
Yeah.
And I like the components.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I find the component quality is excellent in the base game, but once you add the Stagecoach and the little horses, I mean, look at these horses. And then your little people fit right on the horses so perfectly. And then they're just galloping around. It's awesome. They're so cute. Your horse can even ride in the Stagecoach.
No, there's no rules for that.
But he fits.
There you go. Nice. So, the only thing is, if you have played the base game of Colt Express many, many times, and you have the rules down like that, then it's time for Horses and Stagecoach.
Right.
But if you have not played Colt Express enough to know the rules like that,
start with the base game.
Yeah. Horses and Stagecoach, as awesome as it is, there's a lot of little extra rules that you have to constantly keep in mind on how they work.
it really adds a lot to the game.
Yeah.
Not only in, like, the fun of your game, but it adds a lot of extras to the game.
Yeah, like a lot of extra mechanisms, which is a little tricky. So, it adds more mechanisms and rules than you think it would. Yeah.
I mean, it's nice that they have so many things in the expansion, like between these and the horses and how you travel, and the stagecoach and the
Shotgun.
Shotgun.
Yep.
I always call him a shogun, which is wrong. And then the whiskey.
Yep.
Like, that adds like 4 major components, major mechanisms to the game.
True.
In one expansion.
No.
Plus you get extra
extra event cards, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So it's quite a big expansion that comes in a little box.
Yep. Now, if you wanted to, you could add these things in on a module basis. You could add the whiskey flasks in and nothing else, and that's one new mechanism to worry about, and that's all.
Right.
Then you could add the horses with the card, and that's very easy and straightforward.
Right.
I find the stuff that's tricky is the stagecoach and the shotgun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the stuff that's tricky because it moves back, like almost like the train is outrunning it, so it moves back every round.
And then if he gets on the top of the train somehow, you have to remember to move him back with the stagecoach as well.
Yeah.
Which is something we forgot to do on our playthrough.
And you can move through his spot, no problem, but if you end your movement on his spot, he shoots you and then you move. Yeah, it's a little tricky. It's the stagecoach that adds most of the mechanisms you need to remember.
Right.
Yep.
And it's different than the marshal, right? Because if you move in with the marshal, he's going to shoot you right away.
Yeah.
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 So.
Yeah, tricky stuff. But fun.
But it's fun. And I think, like you said, once you're really comfortable with Colt Express, then you would want to play with that. So if we were playing with all experienced players, I would definitely want to play with the Stagecoach's expansion.
Yep.
Because it adds to that extra chaos, which this game is all about, the chaos.
So
it's awesome to add a little bit more.
Yep.
But if you're playing with beginner players, I would definitely play just with the base game.
Yeah. Now, as for the time traveling car, it only adds one rule, which is pretty straightforward and easy. And that is, at the end of the round, if there's only one meeple there, he gets to hide his guy. But that one little mechanism can be very, very powerful. So if you see someone heading for that, you probably want to make sure...
Yeah, shoot him.
Punch him. Make sure there's somebody else in there with them, because if there's more than just one meeple, then it doesn't activate.
Right.
But yeah, I got a lot accomplished that round because you had no idea where I was. That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Lots of fun.
Yeah. Now, if you love Colt Express and you play it a lot, you should probably pick this stuff up.
Yeah.
That's going to be my recommendation.
And there's a little one down there.
Oh, there's probably going to be more.
There probably will be. I can't even imagine what else they could add to it.
I don't know.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And that is Colt Express Expansions.
It is.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you in the next video.
Laters.